I just used up one skein of Urban Chic from YarnBee, and here's what I made. So if you have been hanging out with me for a little while, you will know that I have talked about some camper projects I am working on. And I used up one skein of YarnBee Urban Chic in the color You-calyptis. I did get this during Hobby Lobby's annual yarn sale, so I paid $1.37. And I am pretty happy. I do have one other project here that did not use the Urban Chic, and I also have some wooden stuff here, and I'll explain it as I go. The first project I have made a couple of these little pennants or banners or whatever you prefer to call them. With it being a camper, I need all of my decor to be fairly lightweight. So this is a 1973 or 74 camper that my husband gutted and has been rebuilding. So it's not like super high tech. It's also not super heavy. It's pretty light. We need to be able to just pull it with our truck. So I want everything to be lightweight, and I don't want anything in it that would be destroyed if it fell, you know, while it's being pulled down the highway or anything. I'm trying to do some woodsier color tones in there. The floor is like kind of that barnwood gray color. And I want to kind of stick with that. So this, when I bought the yarn in the store, I definitely had camper projects in mind. I just did not know exactly what I was going to do with it. These wooden beads, I had actually gotten a giant bag of them at a thrift store for $3. And there's hundreds in there. So I have just slowly been using these up, and I do like this light tone here too. But you can definitely get wood beads at the Dollar Tree. Of course, obviously any craft store or Walmart too, but I wanted to use some of those. So I am happy with how this turned out. I think it'll go like on a small section of the wall. Yeah. So I'm thinking about doing a camper tour when I'm done. If that's something you want to see, let me know. So project number one. And this skein, I should say, has had, I'm looking to see how many yards, 275 yards. So a pretty good amount. And it was a lightweight 3. So the next thing I made was a granny square. And this is a wood block. It's not a block. It is, I don't know if you can see any of that. This was a picture from the Dollar Tree, and it had a dinosaur and it said roar. But what I did was I haven't attached this yet because I wanted to show you. I took and just painted over the dinosaur, and I had this green color of paint on hand. So what I'm gonna do next is just take either a little bit of Mod Podge or some hot glue and squirt it on there and put my granny square right inside of here. So I painted it green so you could not, you know, the little holes in the granny, I didn't want the dinosaur showing through. I just thought it would work out a little bit better this way. So one granny square, the solid granny, and yeah, you can definitely see through those little holes in there right now. But again, this is something that I just thought would be a fun way to use up the, I will glue it. There's obviously no way I can't. Here is the granny square. So just a fun way to kind of incorporate more of the colors throughout the camper. This was really lightweight, and you know, I believe at the time I bought this, the Dollar Tree was still $1. So yeah, super fun, and will totally coordinate. I had enough to make 3 little coasters. So what did I do? 10 circles in the middle and in my magic ring, and then just increased on the way out. 3 is kind of an odd number to have, but this is all the yarn I had left. So I didn't want to, I don't know, I guess I could have broken and done something different, but I didn't. This is what I have. We'll probably never have 3 people in our camper. It'll probably just be 2 of us. So there is that. And then the final project I did was an organizer. And it did utilize a tiny bit of that. I had a little bit of scrap, so I made some tassels, but I was going through a abandoned whip basket in my yarn room during my organizing. I can link my organizing series up here if you would like. While I'm at it, I should probably also, if you didn't see it, I can link my Hobby Lobby haul that had that yarn in it. But anyway, I found some granny squares that I had made and abandoned. It was scratchy yarn and I didn't know what to do with it. And then I decided to make a little hanging organizer for my camper. So I wish I could get that all in one. Oh, there we go, kind of. So I used the granny squares as pockets. And I just made one long, I did not bother weaving in my ends because this is the back and it's going on the wall. But I just made one long rectangular piece, and I believe I did half doubles for this whole thing here. And then I did go around the outside edging to do a border to make it slightly bigger. But I also then just sewed on my pre-existing granny squares. And as you can see, little pocket there. Can put, put my little label in there. But I thought I could hang this part next to like where we'll have our bed, so that, you know, I could put my glasses in there and my phone in there. The wood rings to hang it, I had gotten at Dollar Tree. I want to say there was 6 or 10 or something like that in the pack. So it's that natural wood again. And I did put a little wooden dowel at the top here, which there was a pack of maybe 20 of those from the Dollar Tree. And I put that in just to stabilize it. And I just did a row of single crochets up at the top. And then last fall, they had these little acorn wood shapes right here. And I love acorns. I guess not to eat. I've never eaten one. But I love the idea of acorns. How about that? The fall and acorns in the fall. So I had picked these up, a package of these, you know, where you get 5, 6 in a package, not knowing what I was going to do with them. So I just thought I would break it up a little bit here on this pocket and add an acorn. I may or may not end up staining the wood. If I do, I might stain it like a gray stain. Because like I said, the floor and some of the other stuff will be in that. And I think it would tie in, you know, some of the other gray that was in that Urban Chic yarn. But yeah, super duper simple project. And you could make this out of any yarn. This green is, I absolutely adore the color, but it is super scratchy. So I thought using it in this organizer would be great, because you would not want this touching your skin at all. So I just thought, just a good way to use it up and make some outdoorsy type theme camper decor. Thank you for sticking around. I sure appreciate it. And if I come up with any other camper ideas, I will be sure to let you know. Hopefully I will come up with something else. Thank you for sticking around and talking about these crocheted camper ideas with me. They do not have to be for a camper. They could literally be for anything. But I do enjoy sharing some of my finished objects with you. And I think it's kind of important, like, if we can all kind of share what we did with our Hobby Lobby yarn that we bought so much of, because maybe some of us might struggle with something we bought. It's just good to see what everybody is using it for. If you like this particular thing, I would love it if you would stick around and talk more yarn with me. Thanks, guys.